Welcome to my next video on Linux Unix how to write commands, and in today's session we are going to cover the types of commands we have in Linux. We will cover details as well as examples of internal commands and the other type, that is external commands, and I will show you some commands by writing in Linux for your practice. You can also do the practice by using the same commands by using online terminal, Linux terminal, or in your MacBook. You can directly open the terminal, or you can use any virtual machine and you can run these commands. So we have normally two types of commands in Linux. We call them internal commands and external commands. Internal commands are those commands which are built-in available as part of the operating system. Just like ls command that is being used to list out the files and directories from your particular location, that command is a built-in command it is a part of the operating system, so we can call it is internal command. While the external commands are those commands which are based on the applications and programs that you will install in your Linux operating system, and after the installation those commands can be used for a specific purpose based on the application. So those commands are known as external commands. The example is like by default Java is not part of the Linux operating system. So if you will install the Java program or Python program application, then you will be able to run the Python based program by using command Python. So in that case, this Python command will be known as external command. Okay, so we have so many different commands that is built-in available in our operating system, Linux operating system or Unix operating system. I will give you some of the examples like ls command, clear command, pwd command that is being used to show or display the current path. Clear command is being used to clear the screen. Ls command, as I already told you. Then we have mkdir command that is being used to create a new directory. Rm command that is being used to remove specific file. Rmdir is being used to remove a directory. In the same way, we have thousands of commands that are part of the operating system itself, and those commands are known as internal commands. While external commands are those, as I said, that will be usable when you will install the application. Another thing, internal commands, you can run those commands from anywhere in the operating system, from any location, without giving the full path of the command where the application is installed, because like they are already part of the system default commands, so we don't need to mention their full location as well as their extension. While for external commands, either we need to use the full path to use those commands, otherwise we need to mention we need to add them to the system default commands, and then we will be able to use those external commands without their full path. So external commands on disk, which could be a binary executable written in C, C++, or other languages, or a script file like a shell, Perl, Python script. So that is about external programs or external commands. Internal commands of the shell, which could be a built-in like cd, pwd, etc. These commands, an alias defined by the user that invokes the disk or internal version of the specific manner. So these are internal commands as I discussed. Now, how shell determines the command to run? So when you say ls, how system know or shell knows that you call the ls command, and that is system default command, and its code is available at a particular directory, and it will invoke that code and it will produce the output based on running the code for that particular command. So there are different things. If the command is invoked with the path name, like with full path, like bin /bin/echo, the shell runs program at the specified location. If command is invoked without path name, then the shell first check whether it is alias are built in or not. If it is built in, the shell run it without looking into disk. But if it is not built in, then the shell will look at the path variables of for directories where the command may found. And as I said, if you will install an application and if you want to add that application command to the default path, then you have to add it into its name or full path in the path variables, and by this way you will be able to run the command. I will show you some examples for this. I will show you examples for both internal commands and external commands, and you will notice the differences between these by your own. So let's see. I am using Linux server over the Amazon cloud, and I will do the practice over here as usual. So let's suppose I will use pwd command to see what is my current path where I am right now. So right now I am at home EC2 user. When I run this pwd command, so actually I invoked pwd code that is written and located at a specific directory, but because this pwd command is a system command and it is already part of the built-in command, so we don't need to mention its full path and I can run it without any issue. In the same way I can say ls command. You can see the list of files and folders, and these commands are running without any issue. Now I will show you an example of a command that is not part of this operating system by itself. I am running LAMP server, web server on this Linux machine also. So then it is actually located in a specific directory, and I want to see the status of that LAMP server, that it is running or not. So if I will write down, the command name is LAMP, LAMPP space status, because it is not LAMP is not a built-in command. So if I will run like this, it will show or display an error message that LAMP command doesn't exist. So you can see over here when I run the command LAMP status, it showed that command not found. So it means, as I told you, that LAMP is another external application that I installed, and based on that I got this command. So because it is not built-in command, or it is still not part of the default variables, default path, system path, so it is not running. The command doesn't found, it is showing. But if I will use the same way, like I will give the full path, like it is in opt/lamp, and inside the LAMP folder I have actually the LAMP command or the code. Now if I will say status, you will see actually this in order to run this command I need to have admin permissions. Okay, so in order to run the command by the admin rights or permissions, we need to use su or sudo before the command. So by this way we will run or execute the command with the administrator permissions. If your currently logged in user has admin rights, then it will run without any issue. But if your currently logged in user doesn't have admin rights, then it will ask you to enter the username and password of the user account which has admin rights. So let's see what I will get. So I will write down sudo. As I said, I will give the full path opt/lamp and status. You can see it is saying I have exam for Linux 7.4 version, Apache is running, MySQL is running, Pro FTPD is running. So you can see when I run the same command by using the full path, then it is displaying the output, while if I will just use the name of the command, then it is not running. So because it is an external command, so this is the reason we need to have the full path in order to run that command. But if it is a system internal commands that is already part of this operating system, we don't need to mention the absolute path like this, and we can run the command without any issue. Like I can run, like again I can show, like I want to clear this screen, I can use clear command that is part of the operating system, and there is no issue over here. You can see the screen has been cleared, and we did not have any error. So that is about the difference between internal commands and external commands, and how we can execute or run the external commands if we will install a new application. So that's it for today's session. If you like my video, please click on the like button and subscribe my channel. If you want to receive notifications for upcoming videos, please click on the bell icon. Thank you.